Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and work through VMO. This is one of our plus categories because we felt it was so important to address. Now, the body position is just like we were with the quads, but we're actually using the leg that we had in a roughly 90-degree bend versus the opposing leg that was straight. Now, the programming still is 4-2-2. We've got 4 processes of raising the knee slightly each increment. We roughly say you're going to raise the knee either 10 degrees or 10%. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is go ahead and position just above the knee there. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to be the trainer working with my client once again. So the first pass, I'm going to have hands on body. So the programming here is go ahead and take a deep breath, release, and go ahead and come up with the hip and back down. That's 1. Deep breath, release, and back down. That's 2. Deep breath, release, and back down. That's 3. And 1 more, deep breath, release, and back down. That is 4. Now I'm going to come back, grab the ankle, cross friction, 1, 2. Now I'm going to get the knee bends, 1 and 2. Now here's the key. We're going to raise 10% just to right there, okay? Now I'm going to take hand off a body, and this is when I want to empower my client to be able to do it on their own. Deep breath, release, up with the hip, and back down. That's 1. Deep breath, release, up with the hip, and back down. That's 2. Deep breath, up with the hip, and back down. That's 3. We got 1 more. Deep breath, up with the hip, and back down. That is 4. Now we've got our cross friction, 1 and 2. And now we've got our knee bends, 1 and 2. Now we're going to come up 10%. There we go. Now deep breath, release. Bring in that hip, really go up into it and back down. That's 1. Deep breath up with the hip and back down. That's 2. Deep breath up with the hip and back down. That's 3. We got 1 more. Deep breath up with the hip and back down. That's 4. Now we got our cross friction. So forward and back, that's 1 and 2. And now our knee bends, 1 and 2. We got 1 more pass. We're going to raise all the way up. There we go. Deep breath, release and up with the hip and back down. That's 1. Deep breath up with the hip and back down. That's 2. Deep breath up with the hip and back down. That's 3. We got 1 more. Deep breath up with the hip, get it up there. There you go. And back down. Perfect. Now that's 4. Now we got our cross friction. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Perfect. Now go ahead and stand up for me. Now once again, we're going to really see some cool structural integrity through the body on the side of the body that we've worked. Okay, so what I want you to do is go ahead and come up and down with that knee for me. Just rapid fire it up and down as quick as you can, as quick as you can. First, I want you to see how efficient the body moves there. Look how structurally sound the torso is. Okay, look at the mobility that we have within the hip. Now let's go ahead and go to the other side and go ahead and come up with a knee. Now rapid fire it for me. Look how it looks like he's actually starting a motorcycle. The torso wants to lean forward, the hip is all locked up, and he doesn't have the range of motion with the leg. The bottom line is, if the muscles cannot tolerate the demands you place upon it, compromise will occur, and we don't want that to happen. Great job. Let's move on.